Hi everyone, it's Mari. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. I'm going to be creating a scrapbooking layout using the beautiful and brand new 49 and Market Vicki Boutin's Artful Moments collection. It is a stunning collection. I'm actually starting off here with one of Vicki's stencil sets from Sizzix. This is called Background Builders #1. It's a really great 4-piece stencil set. Super fun patterns. I'm going to focus on the heart pattern that's part of that 4 stencil set, and I'm using a color combination today of pinks and yellows and oranges, and I'm using the 49 and Market inks. I love their inks. I think this is Dollface that I'm starting off with. Pink Lady is another color I'm using. I'm going to use Pineapple today, and so on. I'm using the pinks and yellows and oranges from the 49 and Market collection. I will make sure that I link in the description box below to the products that I've used today so that you can see the different inks and papers and so on that I'm using for this project. I am using Waffle Flower Crafts blending brushes. They're really fantastic. And I did supplement my 49 and Market inks with a little bit of Distress ink as well. Now you can just see that I've placed the stencil onto, pardon me, the kind of the left side of my Vicki Boutin Foundations paper here. This is some really nice, super heavy, thick white cardstock. Whenever you're doing some mixed media, this is a really fantastic paper to use. And so I've just done an inking effect there with the blending brush through the stencil, creating that pink and orange and yellow combo. I repeated that same thing on the right side, just a little bit lower down. And now I'm going to kind of blend these ink colors out a little bit. So what I did was I stamped out my inks onto my mat. I watered them down, and then I picked them up with some plastic packaging. And then I'm just smooshing that ink down over top of the ink blending. And because these inks are all water reactive, so the inks that I've blended onto my paper and the inks that I'm smooshing here, this is all water reactive ink. And so that's going to cause a reaction, and the inks that I've stenciled are going to blend out. They're going to kind of smear a little bit, and the lines aren't going to be as defined. And I love that. I think that's really fun. It makes for a really cool technique. You could use this technique for card backgrounds or whatever it is that you're working on, and it works really well. Now I'm picking up the ink off of my mat with a wet paintbrush, and I'm just splattering over my patterns here. Then once it's had a chance to sink into the paper a little bit, I'll just take a paper towel, roll over top of that and pick up the excess moisture. That's going to allow my paper to dry more quickly, but it's also going to mute down the color a little bit, which is I like that idea. If you want your colors to be more vibrant, you would let all of your splatters dry naturally. You wouldn't run over them with the paper towel. So I'm just going to add a little bit more orange in and a little bit more pink, and just really create some fun with this background. So I really love to create my own backgrounds. Vicki has stunning backgrounds papers, and I will use those as well for my backgrounds, but I also really love to create backgrounds myself. Now this is just a brayer and some white acrylic paint. So this is a little bit later in the day. I let my paper dry thoroughly. I just walked away from it, left it on my desk, came back later, and now all of the color is dry. I'm going to go over top of this with some white acrylic paint and just mute it back a little bit further. The ink will dry back and mute down on its own a little bit when it dries, but this technique is going to mute it down a little bit more. So if you wanted it to be more vibrant, you wouldn't do this step. Those are the 2 4x3 photos that I'm going to be using today. They're in black and white. I just wanted to put those over top of my project at that point, just to see like the scale and size of the photos, to see if I liked them or if I wanted to reprint them smaller or larger. Now I'm just taking this is Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White. I've watered it down a little bit and I'm just splattering that on, and now it's dry. And I'm just showing you, I'm going to go kind of with a vertical orientation with my photos today. And I'm going to use this paper. This is from the paper pad from Artful Moments. At this point, I didn't have any of the single sheets or any of the other papers from the collection. They're on their way to me, but I didn't have them yet when I was filming this. So this is from the paper pad, and the paper pad's amazing. It's fantastic. The quality of the paper is awesome and I love it. So I'm taking this piece here that has these painterly stripes. I'm going to cut those into strips and use those as a horizontal line across my layout. And then my photos are going to be vertical through that horizontal line. Sorry again for my voice. It is not back to normal. I've had like 3 different really bad coughs this winter, and every time they've really, really irritated my voice. So I think it's going to be a while before it's back to normal. So I've cut all of these strips now in varying widths, and I'm going to lay them down onto my paper and get those adhered down. I'm just using a repositionable dot runner at this point from Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L, and just because I'm going to do some sewing through those lines, which at this point I've already done. And I grabbed this black and white paper from my stash. I love a black and white on my layouts. This is something, if you went back and you looked at my scrapbooking layouts and videos on my YouTube channel here over time, especially if you went back, like I've been on YouTube now since 2015. So if you went back to the beginning, you'd see me using lots of black and white patterns as a pop on my project. So now I've got a horizontal border piece from from one of the ephemera packs. That one is from the laser cuts. And I'm going to use that through the horizontal there as well. I love Vicki's laser cuts. They're always so amazing. I'm putting a little bit of tissue paper behind my photo. I went back to some of my really old techniques on this project. So using the black and white and using a little bit of tissue paper behind my photos. I haven't done that for a long time, but I love the texture that gives. Putting a little bit of foam adhesive behind the photos to give them some dimension. And I'm going to use this orange paper here. This is from that paper and ephemera pack. It's a combo pack. I think it's new actually to Vicki's collections. It's a fantastic pack. I definitely highly advise you to grab that one because it's got paper in it. It has laser cuts in it, and it has ephemera, and stickers, I think, in it too, actually. There's a lot of stuff in that pack, so it's really, really good. Now, I've cut that paper down. I've torn it at the bottom. I'm just distressing the edges with my paper distressor and just giving it kind of like my paper layers for my mat. Just a really fun kind of textured look, which I love. I love that look. I haven't done this for a while, or at least not like this, so yeah, just kind of leaning back into some of my old techniques and ways that I used to scrapbook. I'm going to go ahead now and start to add some ephemera. This is a piece of ephemera from one of the ephemera packs that has that note paper look to the edges, and it's got a ledger look as well, which is really fun. So I'm going to add a pink one to the side of this one photo and an orange one to the side of the other photo. I love these photographs, by the way. These are my grandsons who, the oldest guy there just turned 4, and the other little guy there is 20 months, and they are just so much fun. They recently went on a birthday trip to a neighboring province to do some water sliding and all kinds of fun stuff. Now, I am going to do some rub-on action here, but I've also added a couple of tabs to these horizontal areas here. This is one of the die cut tabs here from one of the die cut packs. I added a sticker to that. I think it says happiness on it. And that other little ledger piece is from the smaller, that smaller paper pack that I was telling you about that has the laser cuts in it. That's a laser cut border kind of tab piece with a tag on it, which is really cool. And now I'm going to add some of the rub-ons. So this is a rub-on piece that I cut out of the rub-on pack, and I just cut it in half because I'm going to use half at the bottom and half on top, kind of over in the more white area where there's no stenciling. And this is just going to give a little bit of detail into that white area. I like leaving a little bit of white on my layouts, just a little bit of white space. That was a method to my madness with regards to where I did the stenciling. I'm going to do a little bit more onto my photo mat layers by adding a little die cut tab. These are really neutral. I think these are kind of in a craft color. And I'm going to add one to each side, and then I'm going to add a sticker from the sticker sheets. So there is a sticker sheet pack, which is 6 by 12, a 6 by 12 sticker sheet pack. There's 2 sheets in that pack, which are amazing. I always love Vicki stickers, and in there's a whole ton of phrases, which are perfect for these little tabs. Now I'm going to go ahead and commit to where I'm going to put my photos. They are going to be offset from each other vertically. That's going to leave a really logical spot here for my title, which is perfect. So I'm going to adhere these down with some liquid adhesive so that they will stay put. And the horizontal paper that I added through there and added with the repositionable adhesive, I sewed that all down. So that's not going to move. And now I'm going to start to add my ephemera. And this ephemera comes from all of the different ephemera bits, the laser cuts, the different die cut packs, the journaling pack, and so on and so forth. There is a ton of ephemera with this collection. If you watched Vicki's walkthrough on her YouTube channel, she goes through absolutely all of the ephemera, shows you all of it. I highly recommend checking that video out because she does, obviously, it's her collection. She does an amazing job of showing all of the different ephemera. So these little flowers are from the pack that has like the acetate and the vellum. And I'm going to put a little vellum finishing border at the bottom of the photo on both of the photos, and those little vellum gold embossed florals over to the right of that bottom flower. Then I'm going to basically mirror what I did on the bottom on the top. So again, we've got this little laser cut circle. So interesting, so cool. I am going to put a laser cut butterfly over the top of that like I did at the bottom. Those butterflies hardly show up on camera here, but in real life, they're beautiful. They add just some really, really pretty texture. And there's some really fun laser cut buttons in the laser cut pack as well. And I use those to finish off the circles, those laser cut circular pieces. I'm adding a lot of these different bits with foam adhesive to give the layout more dimension. I always like adding some foam adhesive here and there just to give things a little bit of pop. And again, we're going in with some of those beautiful vellum and gold with the gold on them flowers. I love those flowers. They're so pretty. I could have a whole pack of those on their own, and adding those with a little bit of foam adhesive again. It's great that the centers of those flowers are an opaque black because you can't see the foam adhesive in behind them, even though they're vellum. This is just a cute little sticker from one of the sticker sheets that I'm adding in up at the top. And you can see that I added the title, the chipboard title, Happy Times, from the chipboard pack. Now, that word happy is actually going to get moved because I covered up the vellum on the bottom of the photo there, so I'll move that in a minute. Meanwhile, I have taken another paper from the paper pad and I'm adding some repositionable adhesive to that, and I'm going to add my layout. My layout is actually 11.5 by 11.5. So we've got a nice border around the edge there that's showing that really pretty patterned paper, which is a combination of pinks and oranges. I am going to cover everything up that I don't want white paint on, and I'm going to go ahead and do some white splatter all over everything. This is the Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White again, which is a great product for splattering. This is some Alt-Nu black gouache. I'm just splattering a little bit of black here and there just to add a little pop of black on the layout as well. And once that's dry, I'll be ready to move on to the next step. I'm just using a really fine little brush to do the splattering, just using my hand there to shield the paint from my cameras and my computers and stuff. Now, I just wanted to show you this. I've never actually shown this on camera, but this is my vintage typewriter that I have that I use for my journaling. And I'm typing on 80-pound Nina solar white cardstock. And I'm just typing so that I've got lots of space in between the different lines of journaling so that I can put that into my trimmer and cut these into strips. And you can see that I'm definitely hunting and pecking there with my typing because I find I make fewer mistakes that way. And now you can just see that I've cut these into strips with my tonic tiny little guillotine trimmer here, and I'm just trimming off the excess on the ends. So I use the same trimmer to cut these strips. It's very easy to cut the strips with that trimmer. Once I've got those all trimmed out, I took a piece of ephemera that says the story, and that's going to be the heading for the area where I have my journaling. I don't always show my journaling on camera, so this time I did. I just wanted to show you this part of my process, how I go about doing this. I've cut them into strips. I'm going to justify everything over to the left. I added a few enamel dots to some of those flowers, and everything is adhered down, and I'm done. So friends, I did link up in the description box below to all of the different products that I've used. I highly recommend this collection and any of the 49 and Market collections for sure. If you click on those links below to shop, those are affiliate links. I do get a small commission at no extra cost to you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you were inspired, and I'll see you again another time. Have a wonderful day, friends. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.